5 seconds to go. Start. It is considering the validity of the judgment of an appellate court which has reversed the order of acquittal passed by the trial court should be to satisfy itself if the approach of the trial court in dealing with the evidence was patently illegal or conclusions arrived at by it are demonstrably unsustainable, and whether the judgment of the appellate court is free from those infirmities. If so, to hold that the trial court judgment warranted interference. In such a case, there is obviously no reason why the appellate court's judgment should be disturbed. But if, on the other hand, the court comes to the conclusion that the judgment of the trial court does not suffer from any infirmity, it cannot but be held that the interference by the appellate court in the order of acquittal was not justified. Then, in such a case, the judgment of the appellate court has to be set aside as of the two reasonable views. The one in support of the acquittal alone has to stand. Having regard to the above discussion, we shall proceed to examine the judgment of the trial court in this case. After observing that, though there is some substance in the grievance of the learned counsel appearing on behalf of the accused, that the High Court has not adverted to all the reasons given by the trial judge for according an order of acquittal, this court refused to set aside the order of conviction passed by the High Court after having found that the approach of the Sessions Judge in recording the order of acquittal was not proper, and the conclusion arrived at by the learned Sessions Judge on several aspects was unsustainable. This court further observed that as the Sessions Judge was not justified in discarding the relevant material evidence while acquitting the accused, the High Court therefore was fully entitled to reappreciate the evidence and record its own conclusion. This court scrutinized the evidence of the eyewitnesses and opined that reasons adduced by the trial court for discarding the testimony of the eyewitnesses were not at all sound. This court also observed that as the evaluation of the evidence made by the trial court was manifestly erroneous, and therefore it was the duty of the High Court to interfere with an order of acquittal passed by the learned Sessions Judge. It has been argued by the learned counsel for the appellant that the judgment of the trial court being one of acquittal, the High Court should not have set it aside on mere appreciation of the evidence led on behalf of the prosecution unless it came to the conclusion that the judgment of the trial judge was perverse. In our opinion, it is not correct to say that unless the appellate court in an appeal under section 417 CRPC came to the conclusion that the judgment of acquittal under appeal was perverse, it could not set aside that order. It has been laid down by this court that it is open to the High Court on an appeal against an order of acquittal to review the entire evidence and to come to its own conclusion, of course, keeping in view the well established rule that the presumption of innocence of the accused is not weakened but strengthened by the judgment of acquittal passed by the trial court, which had the advantage of observing the demeanor of witnesses whose evidence have been recorded in its presence. it is also well settled that the Court of Appeal has as wide powers of appreciation of evidence in an appeal against an order of acquittal as in the case of an appeal against an order of conviction, subject to the riders that the presumption of innocence with which the accused person starts in the trial court continues even up to the appellate stage, and that the appellate court should attach due weight to the opinion of the trial court which recorded the order of acquittal. If the appellate court reviews the evidence keeping those principles in mind and comes to a contrary conclusion, the judgment cannot be said to have been vitiated. See in this connection the very cases cited at the bar, namely Suraj Pal Singh versus State. Stop.